Alright, so I put a poll out and I asked people whether they wanted me to, because it doesn't seem like that many people wanted the Healing Iron Man, and even though I absolutely love Father Cartman, I think he's a great character, the healing videos, to be honest, just aren't that exciting. And it seems like from the poll, no one wanted Mage either. It was very much focused on making a tank slash bruiser Iron Man. But even more than that, you were interested in a hardcore Iron Man, which would be the Iron Man, so I can't trade with other players or on the trade house. But up to level 60, if I die, I delete the character. So that's like a whole new level of intensity. Especially in New World, where it can get quite tough with some of those mobs, especially with their respawn times. I know I've died even at the lower levels on my healer, and so yeah, I think that adds a whole new, like, every fight's going to certainly be that much more intense. So your wish is my command, and here we have Carmarin. Bit of a play on words. Camo, which is always the name that I choose. And then you know what I'm saying? Iron is the last 4 letters, but they're mixed around a little bit. So he's going to be a tank. Sword and Shield's going to be his go-to, but I'll probably play around with a whole bunch of, I probably will play around with maybe Bruiser a little bit too. And it's going to be a more PvP focused hardcore Iron Man. Now, obviously, if I'm in PvP, if I'm a level 10 and I'm PvP flagged and I get smacked by level 60, I think I probably won't delete my character then, because that's just unfair. But what I will do is I'll have to delete 2 of the items that are on my character at that time, like that he's wearing, and I'll use a random number generator to determine whether that's armor, jewelry, or like whatever. So then it is actually painful, right, if he loses something. So yeah, so that's where it is. Here he is, doing his thing, killing off some easy mobs at the lower levels, and we'll move through some of those harder fights, which kind of got me a little stressed because I remember dying to them previously. And yeah, we'll get into this hardcore Iron Man. And I'm sure this is one of the fights that I died to. I remember being on my healer, but I think because when you were kiting around on those range classes, you tend to, I remember pulling in a whole bunch of other mobs for some reason. But yeah, being a tank in heavy armor with a sword and shield, you definitely feel more robust. But what I like about the Iron Man is I was paying more attention to his attacks. Like, it actually does make you a little more engaged. Even though I obviously won this quite easily, when he was trying to attack me, I was waiting for his big attacks so I could block them. So it's a bit more engaging. I should also add that I'm going to try to make sure I stick to the level. So I'm actually not doing much crafting or any side quests because I want to hit that last quest in the zone at level 17 or very, very close to it. So that kind of makes an interesting dynamic, and and I want to do the dungeons at the same level and all that kind of stuff. And it makes it quite an interesting dynamic because it means you've only got so much crafting you can do per zone, because if you do too much, you'll out-level it, and that's what I'm trying not to do. So then you have to be a bit more like, well, what am I going to make with the limited crafting I can do? Do I get my armoring up so I can get better bags? Do I work on my engineering to get better tools? Like that kind of, do I make potions? That kind of stuff. So I thought that's an interesting dynamic. But yeah, I'm not going to go fight like level 18 mobs when I'm like level 30, you know what I mean? So I'm running along down the track and then I see this guy and I'm like, who the hell is this running towards me? And then I'm like, wait, it's Leos. If you remember, he's my duo partner from the old mine. He's actually on his Iron Man. So, yeah, he's come to, I don't know, bless me on my hardcore journey. But, I'll protect you. But, he's going to maybe heal me in the dungeons. That's the other thing I need to figure out. What am I going to do when I group up? I think having a healer would be fine at a higher level, but I'll try to get with people of similar levels. So if I'm doing Amarine and I'm tanking it, I actually have a risk of dying, Who's this faction you're with? Are they strong? Do they have mighty trials of strength?
Yeah, I'm just in some.
No, I just read books, really. Most of the time. And run a lot away from things, generally. Alright, I definitely remember this area. This is where I got wiped on my Lifestaff Void Gauntlet, because these guys just respawn so quickly, and they've got like people with shields and people with arrows. So I was a little bit nervous about this. This is the first time I was like, oh my god, am I going to be able to do it? So I kind of come in, I take down this boss. It was this area that I was worried about, because I remember last time I died in the Void Gauntlet life stuff because I pilled everyone. Yeah, because I had the shields and arrows. This time I was just trying to make sure that I kill them off one by one. But yeah, honestly, this guy's already the heavy armor, the sword and shield's already giving him a lot more robustness. Because, like, I don't even feel, like, pressured at all. So it's just like another mob, really. Yeah, I died on my life stuff Void Gauntlet. Is that because I was on Covenant, maybe, and the Covenant are weak? And, yeah, maybe I need to think about another faction, potentially. And then the other boss goes down just as easily. No problems. So actually, I sweep through this area pretty much without a fuss, without any problems. So yeah, so far I haven't really had any hard fights. So I get my banner, and then I bugger off to the next quest. Got a new music sheet, which is nice. Alright, I've hit level 16, but I need to get to that final showdown with the boss at level 17, because that's where the zone goes up to, so that's where the goal is right now. Because I've got a whole bunch of new armor and I am kind of like, you know, I've got to keep myself alive here, I decided to just rejig the stats. So I've got 50 con, 50 strength, and I've got the main traits of each of them. I hit 30 harvestings, and now I can finally get the, what do you call them, life plants and stuff like that. These things, I can get these things. Alright, next boss. And then I have to go into the cave, and I'm pretty sure I've died. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure I've died in that cave as well. I just thought if I fall into the water. Yeah, I'm a bit worried that he's going to knock me into the water. Ah, no problem. She's doing no damage to me. Oh, see, right there. Oh, man. See, if I fall into the water, game over. I drown. Well, if I get into the water and I can't get out, that's the whole I have to delete my character. So I just pull him into the middle. I mean, even though you expect to win, you know, it's only going to take one time to make do something stupid and you die. So, yeah. It's definitely higher stakes, but this time I had his number. Burn this shit to pieces. Glaciers. Didn't really have too much problem against the big boy in the cave either. He's too strong. This guy's too strong. This guy dies and then he sneakily spawns another boss. But yeah, my character is just might. The picture of might. Oh, he doesn't take much damage. He's actually, yeah, doesn't take much damage. You see the difference in damage at this level between the Great Axe and the Sword and Shield. To be fair, I'm putting a lot of my skills in the Sword and Shield into defenses, so if I get into trouble, I can kind of get myself out. But there we go. And here we are, friends, at level 17, making our way to the final boss for the final showdown. Now, I do remember this boss was quite hard. Well, he takes a long time to kill, but so far, Carmarin the Mighty Knight has lived up to all better than expected. So we'll see how he goes when he gets there. And here we are for the final showdown of this zone. And we will see what happens. I'd like to dedicate this last fight to Mick Dudes, a very long-term subscriber. He's always commenting, so give him a little bit of a shout out. Okay, you do your thing then. I think it's a bit unfair that you're doing damage to me and I'm not even doing any damage to you. What the fuck? Ah. That's a bit earlier than I expected. Yeah, bitch. Don't like that, do ya? Oh, jeez, you don't take much damage at all. Oh my god. shit. Fuck me. And there we go, friends. Fuck, that was intense. Not probably didn't look at it, but it was. And there we go, friends. Now it's just a matter of which faction he will go for. As a reward, I get this new greatsword. And so I chuck it on. It's time to get rid of the great axe. Great sword time now, and it's time to level up the great sword. And here is our champion. And we need to decide what faction I'm going to go on. And he's doing probably the hardest challenge in the whole of Arsenal that he'll be the first to do it. A playthrough to level 60 without dying. And so I thought I need to go to the faction that likes Trial of Strengths. A Trial of Strength. I need to go for the Marauders. Yikes. I've chosen the Marauders because they're all about putting yourself through feats of strength. And so I figured it was a perfect fit. I'm a little bit nervous because I remember when I did the Covenant quest, that boss at the end was absolutely destroyed me. Like, there's just no way I was going to kill him. And so I'm a little bit worried because I was like, oh man, if that's like the Marauders, and this is, I feel like this is a level 20 quest because the awards I'm getting are level 20 gear. So I'm 2 levels down. So I don't know how hard this is going to be, but if I'm going to die, the chance of me dying just went up, you know? Here we go, finish the quest. Here goes the fight for the final boss. So I decide to kill the alligators first, of course, because then I don't have to worry about 3 people attacking me. No damage so far. Get out of this little spell thing. What kind of a pirate uses spells? What a weakling. What a coward. Ah, this damage is crazy against him with my new greatsword. He can't handle it. He can't handle the stuns. This is not like that other guy. This is, yeah, compared to the Covenant guy, I'm just smashing this dude. Like, even with a sword and shield, that Covenant guy would have been a lot harder. And this guy's very weak. Yes, I get my reward for killing the pirate and I bring it back to the Marauders base to become a Marauder.
Go talk to Gladiator Strudaya and show the Marauders.
Oh, I bloody will talk to old Gladiator Mariah. Oh. Mariah. Yeah, I mean, you can see how I made that mistake. I give it another strength test, but to be honest, I just smashed my way through that as well. So, yeah, no. Just absolutely no problem at all. I must admit that felt easier than the Covenant one, but I guess maybe that's because I am a Marauder and everything seems easier when you're a Marauder. I feel like that's the most logical, Occam's razor. I feel like that's the most logical explanation, that when you become a Marauder, you become so powerful that everything gets easy. So what, like a Covenant or a Syndicate wouldn't be able to do it. What a Covenant would find hard, and Marauder's just like, just another day at the office, you know what I mean? As a Syndicate, do your books confirm that? Do your books confirm that? Do your books confirm that? They do. That's why you've been quiet. Mariah. And so now there's only one thing left, isn't there?
From the first we knew you were one of us. In the way you carry yourself.
Yeah.
Strudaya has vouched for your valor. So it's time.
Who's Strudaya?
Join our ranks. choice is yours.
It's done.
From the first we knew.
And now it's crafting time. Fuck, I feel like I've been picking up iron for ages. You're telling me I got 28 iron? I go to make my iron tools, but realize I need some wood, so I go and chop some of that wood down. So I just make plenty of timber, so I can make my iron tools. A little surprised at this point about how I don't have much iron, so I felt like I've been collecting quite a bit of it. And then I come in here, and then I only have enough for like a few of them. I'm gonna have to miss one out, so I make my logging iron axe. Let's make one at a time, see what we get. Logging and okay, that's good. That's a good one. So that's a good one to chuck on. And then I'm like, I have to give something up. I can have two. I can have a harvesting sickle and the knife, or an ironing pick. Sucks. So I go for the iron skinning knife and the iron harvesting sickle. Because obviously, why not get two, right? So I do that. Let's see what we're gonna get. Gathering, oh god, that is ridiculous. But beggars can't be choosers at this point, so this is the last one. Check on that. Craft it. That's good, so that's good, so that's not too bad. And then all of a sudden, oh wait, the penny drops. Wait a goddamn second. That's only what I'm carrying on me. Yes. Oh, you sneaky little dogs. Look, I'm a marauder, okay? I'm not supposed to be known for my intelligence. All I need to do is hit things with axes and win feats of strength. And I'm going to win the greatest feat of strength. And then I will be the mightiest champ in the whole of Arsenal, and no one can claim that I'm not. But anyway, so I come down here and I finally go to make the old iron mining pick. Yeah, it's more like it, isn't it? There it's, no, yeah. Let's see what we get. What traits do we get for this one? There we go. But anyway, at least I have my first tools. Alright, so next up, I make a whole bunch of coarse leather. So that gets me to, ooh, nice jump, 37 leather working. And then I've got a whole bunch of linen. So I'm going to make myself 79 linen fibers. And that gets me to, ooh, I'm already on 25. That's going to be nice, 35. And then I'm going to do some, okay, I'm not going to do what I thought. I'm going to get some water. Then I'm going to do some armoring. See where that gets me. Because I want to make my bags, right? So it's like, do I make... Yeah, I want to make my bags. Almost mess up. I want to do the hand wraps because it gives me more. So I make 50 of these. Let's see where this gets me. No, I want to do the hand wraps. The hand wraps. Yes, because it'll give me 50. And then I get there, so let's see where I get on that. Ooh, 30. Back out in the old forest to chop down some more trees, because now I need ashstane. And what do you need ashstane for, you might ask? Ooh, I hit level 20. So I'm now going to start to look a lot more like a knight. Look at that. Look at that. What do I need ashstane for? Well, to make a mandolin, of course. Why do I need a mandolin, you ask? Well, thank you everybody for coming along. This is the first Ironman, hardcore Ironman, I guess is what you'd call it. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure the tests of strength from the Mighty Marauders are only going to get tougher and stronger. But this is what it is so far. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to be hitting people's heads with big axes and swords, so you should like that. Oh, and a shield. And you can laugh at me tanking. But thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you.